I didn't make it. I was supposed to be here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is 3:04. So I didn't make it right at 3 o'clock as I had hoped. But I find that that is becoming a pattern, and it's something that I must be mindful of. And I have a confession to make. During this time of pandemic and divisiveness that we're experiencing now, it gets tough. It has been rough. I must admit that for most days, I don't feel like doing anything. My son came to me and he said, "Mom, I feel like your vibration is low." In fact, the first thing he was doing is my son was asking me almost every day, "Mom, how are you doing? How are you doing, Mom?" And I would say, "I'm just fine." And I found it curious. It's not unusual for my son to ask me how I was doing, but I found it curious in the way that he was so persistent in asking me how I was doing. And I hadn't realized it, but I had started to lose myself a little bit during this pandemic. It kind of creeped up on me little by little. And what I had noticed was I wasn't making phone calls I should have been making. I wasn't attending meetings. When the pandemic first hit, I don't know if many of you did this, but every day was a pajama day. And I decided that that's not the way that I needed to be, so I started to get dressed every day. But I was slowly losing something, and I didn't realize it. It was almost insidious the way that it creeped up on me. And I was losing my motivation. I was losing my joy. Nikola Tesla said that if you want to think about the world, think about it in terms of vibration. Everything vibrates, everything has a frequency. And what was happening to me was slowly but surely, I was starting to not want to jump out of the bed like I used to. Normally I get out of bed, I just jump out. I was slowly starting to not wanting to make phone calls. I was slowly starting to not wanting to get on Zoom meetings. I was slowly becoming to the point to where I didn't want to talk on the phone. But yet I found myself on social media a lot. And what I didn't realize is that as I was scrolling through social media and as I was letting negativity fill me up, I was putting myself in a vibrational frequency of worry. Some of us have, or some of us may have experienced depression, anxiety, stress. Many of us are, if you can't get unemployment, then you're suffering maybe financially. And you're starting to lose or feel like you're losing a piece of you. And I want to give you 3 tips on how to get that back, how to be willing to jump up out of bed again, how each day can be renewed and can be worth living again. Right? So it's not the same drudgery, the same thing to point where you got like I did and was losing a piece of you, was losing that joie de vivre, as the French say, joie de vivre, as the French, which is that joy of life. How do you get that back? When day in and day out, you may be stuck in the home. You may be worried about your finances. Day in and day out, it's the same old routine. If you have even been able to keep your routine lately. I want to give you 3 tips that help me. Tip number 1, be gracious. Every day, find something to show gratitude for. To me, we had a lot of rain. So I was grateful for the rain. I was grateful for being able to hear it. I was grateful for being able to experience the smell of the rain, which I've always found calming. I've been grateful for the fact that I've got a lamp by my bedside. So I had to go back into gratitude. So each and every day when you're feeling unmotivated, when you're feeling like, yeah, right, find something to be grateful for. Because grateful, when you start feeling that sense of gratitude and it starts building up, then you start raising your vibrational frequency. So tip number 1 is be grateful. Tip number 2, have an intention. Do something different. Create something different. Take a class online. Start a hobby. Create a group. I created a group of women, of extraordinary women, and we get together monthly. And we just chit chat. We don't talk about the pandemic. We don't talk about the divisiveness. We don't talk about Black Lives Matter. We don't talk about any of that. So create something different in your life. Look around. There might have been something you've always wanted to do, maybe cross-stitching, whatever. Pick up a new hobby. Create something different in life. And number 3, which is the most important, you have to be self-aware. Self-awareness. Reflect on how you're feeling. Reflect on what you're thinking. Reflect upon your day. Become self-aware. Was I irritable? Am I smiling less? Am I angry? And start understanding that you have these feelings that are coming out and be aware of them. Don't judge them. Just be aware of them. See, this lack of motivation just creeped up on me from nowhere. It almost felt like almost going into a sadness, a melancholy. I wouldn't call it a depression. Some of you are going through it right now. The 3 tips I will give you is gratitude. Find something to be grateful for each and every day. 2, set an intention. Do something different. Create. Give your mind a break from it all. And 3, which is most important, become self-aware. Pay attention to yourself, to what you're doing, what you're saying to people, how you're feeling. And I want to do just a short, a tapping meditation. Just if you're feeling a little blah, if you're feeling a little low, I just want to offer this short meditation that I think will help you. And first thing we do is we always take that really deep, calming breath. And then we release it. And we rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10. How is my motivation? Is my motivation, is my lack of motivation of 10 to where I just don't feel like doing anything? Is it a 1 where I'm raring to go? What is your motivation? Are you feeling melancholy? How are you feeling? Rate it. Are you sad? Rate how you're feeling now on that scale of 1 to 10. And then we're just going to tap through, use your words. Very often, sometimes people will say that tapping doesn't work, and it's only because they aren't using their words. They're not getting to the root cause of what's really bothering them. And for me, I think I just stopped doing the things that made me happy. I wasn't listening to music. I wasn't reading my books. I wasn't having the conversations, the things that kept me energized. We got to get creative in the time that we're in. And I was spending too much time on social media. I was spending too much time trying to explain things to people. And I've just gotten to the point to where I'll still go on social media and I might comment, but I don't need to be the savior of the world, and neither do you. State your opinion and let it go. We got to stop this bantering back and forth because it doesn't get us anywhere. So we're going to start this tapping routine. And today I'm feeling better, much better today. You know, my son said something. He says, Mom, it's like your vibration's low. So if you're having what is considered low vibration feelings of lack of motivation, of sadness, of anger, irritability, anxiety, these kind of low level feelings, we're going to do a little tapping routine. And quite honestly, I'm probably still at about a 7. You know, I feel better today, but I'm about a 7. So we're just going to tap this out. And you tap on what is bothering you. I'm going to be general. You can get specific and just do what I do. And if you want to say what I say, that's okay too. So we always start with the karate chop here. I'm feeling some kind of way, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I don't feel motivated. I'm not smiling like I should smile. I am a little irritable. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. I accept and I honor that. And then we go to the eyebrow, just tap where I'm tapping. Even though I just don't feel like making the phone calls or getting online and creating something new, there's something lacking. And that's okay. I truly love and accept myself. And then we're going to do what's called a corner of the eye. You know, I feel like I should be doing more. I'm stuck at home. I'm unsure about what's happening with the school. There are folks at home now that are kind of getting on my nerves, but I got to keep it together. But do I? I have all these conflicting thoughts, but that's okay. I honor myself. Under the eye. I know I'm not smiling as much as I normally do. I don't feel as happy as I normally am or positive, but that's okay. I honor myself. I love myself. It's okay. Under the nose. I'm not as motivated. And it doesn't matter which side you tap. I've said this before, right? It doesn't matter which hand you use, how you do it. But this lack of motivation that I'm feeling, this melancholy, I accept it, I honor it, and I love myself under the chin or at the chin. Even though I feel a lack of motivation, I hope that's not tapping too bad. I deeply love and accept myself. We're going to go to the chest. This feeling of irritability, this feeling of being trapped. You know, I want to go out. I want to have fun. And it's making me a little grouchy, but that's okay. I still love and honor myself. Under the arm. This irritability, being on social media too much is really, really frustrating me. I honor and love myself. Top of the head now. And we're just going to say, whatever it is you're feeling, lack of motivation, sadness, frustration, anxiety, whatever it is you're feeling, just honor that feeling and love and accept yourself. And if other things come up, that's okay. Just let it come up. We're going to go back here now. And just take a moment and honor how you're feeling. It's okay. We're going to go back to the chest now. And just think about those feelings you're feeling now. Know that you love. I love and accept myself. Back to karate. Now I want you to take a deep breath. And what do you feel now? I tell you what, I've gotten myself down. It's like, oh, I'm down to about a 2 right now. I feel so much better. And I don't even know if you can hear it in my voice from when I first started this video to now. It happens to us all. If we love and honor how we're feeling. See, what happens is when we don't, that brain, that amygdala in the back, that reptilian brain kicks in and it blocks our prefrontal cortex, which is where we reason things at. And all we're on is a form of survival mode. We have these stress hormones that are kicking in and everything. But this simple tapping routine just allows you to honor yourself. Start with karate. I'm just going to go over the points with you again, right? And once you get yourself down to about a 5 or 4, when you feel like it, you can switch the phrase. Now that I'm feeling better, now that I've done that sigh of relief, I truly love and accept myself. Corner of the eye. Now that I feel like I freed up some emotion and let some things out, I truly love and accept myself. Under the eye. If you notice, I take deep breaths along the way. That's just me releasing whatever it is that was blocking me. And we're just gonna, if you're feeling better, just ride with it. Just ride with it, right? Then we're gonna go to the chest, under the arm. And then deep breath. Y'all, I am one of the most positive, happiest people in the world. And if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. Make sure you're self-aware. Make sure you're picking up on your moods. Pay attention to you because you matter. You matter. I love you. For those who don't know me, I'm Victoria Finch, and I am a motivational mindset coach. I help you shift your mindset so you can live more content, have more confidence, and feel more connected. I love you all. Bye now.